a true yajna. Many centers, as you saw, came together. We picked vocab lists, thinking what would be the meaning appropriate to the age group. And you guys did an amazing job on whoever participated yesterday. So here we have the results, and when I call out, I would like all of you to stand up and line up, and then when our Swamijis come, you receive your prizes. Okay? The chanting results will be sent later. This is for what happened yesterday, which is the vocabulary quiz, the game show, and the talks. So the vocabulary quiz, Matsya group, grades 1 and 2, 100% score, first place goes to Sahitya Murali. Please stand up. And there was a tie for second place. Arya Anil Divakaran and Tej Ruparal. And California team, a big shout out to you. You guys did the greatest in learn Gita. So it's all the California team, 2 remote and 1 in person. And the trend continues. Now we have in Kurma, which is grades 3, 4, 5, 6. We have first place, 100% score, Lavit Raj. I believe he played again in the evening, right? At night? Just to make sure he didn't miss a question. Then we have 3 people tied, 98% for second place, Anishka Anand, Shlok Kale, and Ram Sutaria. And the high schoolers. We always underestimate the high schoolers, like Gurudev says. There's so much potential in them, we just need to make sure that you give a push to get them to participate. And in Varaha group, 100% first place goes to Neha Pandya. And we have 2 ties for second place who are remote, Laya Anil Divakaran and Arinimal Kaul from Boston, Massachusetts. And the third place for the Varaha quiz goes to Madhav Kartha from Georgia, grade 8. So then I hope most of you saw the game show. The kids had fun, took the vocabulary words to the next level, where we were asking what's a singular plural, what's an adjective, what's wrong, what's right. We put their brain to work and they had fun in the process. So in the Gita Krida, the game show, first place goes to Laya Anil Divakaran. She was remote. Second place go to Neha Pandya. You don't need to come over here. Big round of applause. Third place goes to Samhita Hola, again from California. And fourth place goes to Ashika Anand. This is a surprise. Kapoor didn't list it yesterday, so Ashika, you were the runner. Next was the YuvaTalks, and you all heard the speakers. You saw how tough questions Swami Aparajitanandaji asked them and how they responded. And they have, the judge panel has their nominations and selections. First place in YuvaTalks goes to Pranati Bhatt. I hope you all remember her and how well she spoke. Pranati, are you here? From Dallas, Texas, DFW Center. The second place goes to Padma Srirangam from Pennsylvania. And third place goes to a remote New Jersey participant, Varun Panaga. Good job. So we now request the Swamijis to just hand over the prize to them. So if you can please come up, or we can send the children there. Okay, we'll send the children there, Swamiji. I call out the names one by one. Sahitya Murali. Oh, they are coming. Pennsylvania and Chicago and Texas. Hopefully in the next round all centers can contribute. And if anybody wants to donate for these prizes, which will be again given in Mahasamadhi camp, we have the code outside. You could be a prize sponsor. We have Kurma, Lavitraj, and Anishka Anand, Shlok Kale, and Ram Sutaria. And use it well. Please give it to your parents. It's cash gift card. I remember my daughter ordering pizza with her game show and finishing it. And for the Varaha group, we have Laya, Arinima not here. Oh, now we moved on to Gita Krida. Samhita Hoga, Ashika Anand. And these are the two talks participants, Pranati and Padma. So hopefully the centers will continue this in the upcoming years and teach vocabulary words to all the children. With that, we conclude all the contests and the competitions for GitaFest officially, and the results for the chanting Gita will be published in the website and emailed in the next couple of days. Most of the judges are not here and the tabulation team are not here, but they did a fantastic job. The whole group of the evaluation team worked very hard, very smooth, very impartial. They did their best, and you will see the results in the upcoming days. But like Swami Shanananda ji had told you, it's not the prize that matters, it's the fact that each and every one of you that participated, that's truly important. You represented your state, we are very happy that you all made it here, took time off, and that's what is important, because we are celebrating Gita and the kids who learned Gita and the parents who enabled them, and the whole slew of Chinmaya Mission Sevaks who support you. Okay? Thank you. I would say that Gurudev, Lord Krishna, all our Swamijis would be very pleased with the yajna we did. This was a 9-month project. We started after Vijayadashmi 2023. Swamiji and Rajulji edited the draft and the CMW email was sent. But we had monthly meetings, the coordinators stayed together. This was Chinmaya Mission Pledge. We stand together as one family, bound to each other, loving each other. There could be no more words to describe that. And the Badri team and the Chicago team, I'm supposed to say, they felt like our family. I had daily Zoom calls, and it was almost like I was speaking to somebody in Vrindavan or someone in my family. So we came together beautifully for a wonderful cause and to give a tribute to Puja Gurudev. And a beautiful chapter starting with chapter 4, Swamiji giving a message to everyone and all the centers following. I think we showed our unity, we showed how we can be resilient, work through different problems, and we hope the next time around we are much more experienced. We learned from our experiences from this year, and every one of you, we can't thank. I believe everyone here has helped in some way, form or the other, and we are thankful to each and every one of you for making this go smoothly and for your cooperation. And we really, really appreciate all the children and all the parents and all the volunteers who booked their flight tickets, told us where they're staying, patient with us, and we made sure we gave you a good memory to cherish in the years to come. Thank you. And big thank you to the three Swamijis. And once Rameshji said, Swami Sharananandaji said, if Arjunaji asked you to do it, just do it. I cried that day. I'm like, I hope my children have that much faith in me. Swamiji, thank you so much for having faith in me. And Swami Shantanandaji never lets me quit. When I said I want to stop coordinating Bhagavad Gita and Vrindavan, he said, okay, but now you're going to do Chinmaya Mission West. I'm like, oh my God. So thank you so much, Swamiji. It's my part-time living and breathing of serving kids who learn to chant Gita and people who are involved in Gita. So, Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Thank you. And I have so many friends. I can't even stop. Rajulji has become my emergency contact in my phone. I was showing someone next to my husband and kids. I call her. Please encourage them. Thank you.
So if anybody is ordering pizza from their gift cards, invite us, please. So I guess, when Anjanaji and I were working on this project, we had two different layers that we were kind of working through. So one was building a national team, and we had a core national team that was working with us on behind the scenes, making the game shows, IT, getting all those back-end things done. And then we started planning the local event, so we had a nice, huge local team. Before I just give a few names of the local team core volunteers that were involved in the weekly calls, I'd like all the Chicago volunteers to please just stand first, that have been here every day for the last 2 days. Please stand, wherever you are. As you see, many of them are still working, so you don't see them. But I wanted to just name just a few names on the core team that were involved in the weekly calls for the last few months that we've been having. Anandji. Please come over.
All in all, for our tech support, for everything that we needed.
Yeah, speed dial Anandji. Okay, we need this done, we need that done. And of course, his better half, Pavitraji, and they're both involved. Rameshji, where's Rameshji? Is he here?
Yes. So the evaluation team was coordinated in Badri today by Rameshji and Ramacharji, and a group of
Suchini, come on. Okay, and then we have Shivaji and Girijaji. Where are they? Shivaji. Here leading the transportation, Suchiji's food, everything. Suchiji's everywhere.
Yeah, Shivaji called and told me everyone who comes should have a pleasant experience and leave with a very fond memory of Chinmaya Mission Chicago. So that's what you all experienced and how you were brought in the shuttle this morning.
And then, of course, last but not least is our Ashokji Dalakya and Nimitaji, who are our four senior sailors here. He's probably out making tea or something. All the tea that you... Where is he here?
Ashokji is here.
Please. Yes, please come up. Ashok bhai. I think we have to say Ashok bhai. And one other person who's photographing everybody, but nobody's photographed him, is our Shankarji. So Shankarji, so just briefly, what Shankarji's been doing is going to be converted into a documentary. So in 2 years, it's the 75th anniversary for Chinmaya Mission. And we're planning to do a documentary from CMW to highlight the work of Chinmaya Mission in North America and produce something after we get permission from Pujya Swami Sarupananji. So before Mahasamadhi camp, since this was one big event, we've been videotaping and it'll be edited nicely with some nice background wording, and will be shown at Mahasamadhi camp and shown to Pujya Swamiji. So we're all part of this yajna too. So this is the start of the next yajna for the next big project. So this video and the photographs are going to be used to put together that. So thank you.
So some quick announcements on what's next. So we publish the Chant Gita results in the next 2 days after we go through, and it will be published in the website and emailed. The evaluation team will be copied, and the 1, 2, 3, the top 3 place winners are requested to come to Mahasamadhi camp, which will be held in Washington DC, and these families are offered a special discounted entry or a pass with the GitaFest finalist pass. So once you get an email, we'll get in touch with you on the logistics of that, and whether you're coming to Mahasamadhi camp or we're shipping you the price, and we'll work with you on that. So that's one next announcement. And in Mahasamadhi camp, they've also opened up 1-day passes. So if you want to come and cheer your state, so if there are other people from the state or center who wants to come, you can speak to Suresh Kumarji, or we'll make that information available to you to plan your next trip around that. That is the upcoming next plan on concluding the chanting national competition that was held today. And July 31st, 2024, in the Mahasamadhi camp at 11 a.m. is the schedule when Swarupanandaji, Mukhya Swamiji will be giving out awards. We are hoping one of us will be there as well, and we'll see you again and make sure that you get the Chinmaya Mission recognition representing Chinmaya Mission West. And for the plan for next year, we obviously cannot do this every year. This is once in a while as a special tribute, we'll do this national competition. But for next year, we are starting with Chapter 5. Swami Shantanandaji already recorded Chapter 5. We have the Chinmaya Mission Central team giving us the lyrics and the audio, which is posted in their website. So starting September of 2024, we move on to Chapter 5. We might take away just the Learn Gita from this year to see if we can continue to do that even if we don't have a national competition. And children, would you want to participate? A raise of hands for learning vocabulary words. Okay. Okay, good.
So we'll pretend as if we're having a national, so we keep up with the routine, because if we say, oh, okay, this year we're not having, so let's not work as hard, let's not go there, let's keep working hard as if we're going to have the national, as if we're going to be doing this every year, and we'll get there. So, so please keep doing it.
Yeah, and one twist to that is we always wanted to do a Shatkam or a Adhyayatrayam competition. So please study, so if we ever do later and you don't miss out on a chapter, you'll be positioned well to participate in all those chapters. Yeah, and I think that's all the announcements we have to make, and now we request.
Yes. There's a lost and found ring by the mandate table. So if you're missing a ring, please go to the front desk by the bookstore.
And with that, we request Swami Aparajjitanandaji to give us some inspirational remarks.
Hari Om. Shall we chant the name of the Lord for 2 minutes? Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय Humble prostrations to one and all present here. Do you know how many suicides are happening in a year all over the world? How many people are killing themselves in a year? Any guess? This number is constantly on the rise. And the latest report says around 1 million people kill themselves. That means roughly around 2,500 people die every day. Which means every hour, how many people? Roughly 100. 60 minutes, 100 people have killed themselves. And the scoreboard for US, can you guess how many per year? 50,000 per year. So what does it reflect about the state of the society, the mental condition of the people? We find that there is a lot of psychological problems among people. If I ask you this question, what is that one thing, that one mistake which we have made, because of which the society is continuously going towards greater degradation? What is that one mistake we have done? Remember, killing oneself is not a joke, because there is nobody in this world who wants to die. We all want to live, we all want to happily live forever and ever. Desire for existence is a natural desire, and here is somebody putting an end, going against this natural desire. Superficially you may say, stress, worry, tension, inferiority complex, loneliness, boredom, etc. But what is that one mistake we are doing, because of which everyone is suffering today? That one mistake is our faulty education system. Money and happiness. You know what is the definition which Swami Vivekananda said about education? Education must manifest the divinity within us. If education is serving this purpose, then alone that education can be called a true education. Unfortunately, in the schools and colleges, this is not the education which we are getting. Do you agree with me? This is the greatest tragedy of the modern times. In the Vedic times, children were sent to some Gurukula. Some enlightened master will be there. And under that person, these children are taught. 15 years, 20 years, even from the royal families, children have to go. And what is taught there? They are taught moral values. They are taught the eternal values of life. They are not given the professional education. No. The most important thing is value education, the most important thing is spiritual education. And this was what the Vedic times of society, they ensure. And therefore, the problems were very less. You will never hear of mental hospital in those times. It was not needed. Because every individual was physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually strong. And that strength came from the right guidance which they received from their teachers, from the scriptures. At a very young age, they were exposed to this knowledge. Even 50, 60 years back also, our generation, they were exposed to the values through Mahabharatam, through Srimad Bhagavatam, through Ramayana. And therefore, the society was very strong because individuals were very strong. Today, unfortunately, all the scriptures have been kept aside in the name of secular education. This is the greatest tragedy of this world. That education which can really give you strength, that education which can make you strong enough to face the problems and challenges of life, that education has been kept away. And it is here where Puja Gurudev felt the pinch. The entire generation is being misguided, so I must do something. Puja Gurudev felt that Mother Ganga herself was telling him, go down and give this knowledge which you have received from your teacher. The most ancient wisdom. So thus Puja Gurudev came. This knowledge was given to us at all levels. For children, Balaviha. For youngsters, Yuva For ladies, Devi group. For elders, study group. At all levels, this knowledge of the scriptures were given. And now Puja Gurudev understood that as a child, we are driven by competition. We are driven by awards and rewards and recognitions. And therefore came this Bhagavad Gita chanting competition. Why this competition? Because that is the only language we understand. Unless there is a competition, we are not inspired. So please understand, the purpose of this competition is to form your personality. This knowledge you must know. It's an instruction manual of life. Because this world is a highly complicated world. And this instrument in us, the body, the mind, the intellect, they are all highly complex. So we are asked to apply this complex body, mind, intellect in a complex world. It is very difficult. Guidance is necessary. And that guidance comes from scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. And why specifically Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is chosen because it is the very essence of all our scriptures. We don't have enough time to study all the scriptures. 18 Puranas are there. Mahabharatam is there. In Mahabharata itself 1 lakh verses are there. Who has time to study all that? Vedas, Upanishads, we don't have time. But in Bhagavad Gita, you will find the essence of all these scriptures in just how many verses? 701 verses. Sarvopanishado gavaha dobdha gopalanandanaha partho vatsas sudhir bhokta dugdham gita amritam mahata. If all the Upanishads are the cows, the essence of the cow, the milk, that is Bhagavad Gita. So at least learn these 700 verses. How much time will it take? If you take two verses a day, in 1 year everything is over. That's all. So Puja Gurudev wanted everyone to study Bhagavad Gita, and for that we had this competition. So please, our sevaks, our sevikas, our teachers, our parents, let us not forget this bigger mission, the bigger vision. The vision is not competition, The vision is to expose our children to this knowledge. Now someone may ask, a text which has been written thousands of years back, how is it relevant today? Swamiji, don't you think Bhagavad Gita is obsolete, out of date? Times are changing. We are in the modern age where technology is a ruler. Don't you think this kind of ancient scriptures have no place in the society? Sir, please remember, Bhagavad Gita was written 5,000 years back. If even today, if this scripture is being studied by all, what does it mean? It is relevant even today. It will be relevant ever after. As long as human beings are there, as long as human problems are there, this scripture will be relevant. All the scriptures will be relevant. Because this scripture is talking about us. Every other subject is talking about something other than me. Bhagavad Gita is talking about me. It is talking about my problem. And what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? The essence is this: if you have problem, you are the problem. What did I say? If you have problem, you are the problem. The biggest mistake we think is, I am suffering because of the world. I am a perfect person in a wrong world. Bhagavad Gita said, no. You are in a perfect world. World is perfect. The problem is with you. You change. That is the message of Bhagavad Gita. May we all get benefited by it. So in this sense, all children who have participated, they deserve a big applause. Not only the children who are present here, all children, everywhere, all over the world, whoever have participated, they deserve this because somehow we were successful in exposing them to this scriptural knowledge. So I sincerely invoke the grace of the Lord, the blessings of Puja Gurudev. May we all study the scriptures, may we transform our lives, and thus may we be a fit instrument in the hands of the Lord in bringing peace and harmony into this world. Thank you. Hari Om.
And then pass it to the family behind you. And when you're done, you'll have the children collect here, and then we'll assemble them with the swamis for the group picture after the arati. So we're doing Gita Ji ki arati, and then we're doing the Gurudev arati. So everyone find their children and parents and come up as a family.
I got it. I saw it here. All of you please raise your hand and take your hand. And everybody will come in line. Like that. Yes, all of you please bow down in your own place and then you will move next to step.
Please bow down in your own places and come as a family to take Aarti and have the children come up to the front here for a group picture. And in my announcements, everybody accuses me of playing favorites for Yamunotri, which is why I didn't mention a couple of Yamunotri sevaks who are here because I feel like they're always supporting. Archanaji, Shilpaji, Shankarji, Kartikji. I didn't acknowledge that much from Yamunotri, but it's the 13 minutes here. But again, Yamunotri, Badri, we're all together.
Hari Om. How Badri and Yamunotri, of course, there are two different locations. Sometimes little competition goes on, and it is unavoidable. Yesterday, during the month's time, there was shortage of food. Then the ladies from Badri, they were panicking because they are not that much experienced in cooking here because their cooking is not done. But Rajanji has trained a group of people to cook there. So they just pitched in and they helped and everything went well. And so